It is getting dark in a Tanah Abang side street. Your phone says the hotel is 40 meters away, and you are standing in front of a wall. The blue dot drifts. The road Google Maps wants you to take has not existed for 2 years. Nobody around you speaks English, and the alley behind you splits 3 ways. Google Maps in Indonesia will do this to you. It will send you down roads that are closed, miss whole networks of minivans, and quietly fail the second your signal drops. The fix is 3 apps, 1 offline download you do before you land, and 5 words in Indonesian that get you unstuck every time. Most travelers think Google Maps is broken in Indonesia. It isn't. It's just the wrong tool for the job. Like bringing a road atlas to a country that mostly moves on scooters. Down lanes too narrow for the atlas to know about. The drivers here use different apps. The locals use a different offline map. And the address system bends in ways Google Maps quietly fails to render. Once you swap the tool, the country stops feeling hostile to navigation. It feels normal. When you drop a pin in Indonesia, you are asking a Silicon Valley app to interpret an address system that often does not work the way it does back home. A hotel down a gang, a narrow lane, may share a street number with 4 other buildings. The road may have been renamed. The entrance may be around the back. Google sees the rough block. It cannot see the gate. Meanwhile, every Gojek and Grab driver in that city has been correcting their own app for years. Every wrong pin a driver fixed, every shortcut through a kampung, the entrance is actually here. All of that lives inside the ride-hailing apps. That is real-world data Google does not have. So the problem is not your map. It is your map's source of truth. Here is the full setup. Do this on hotel Wi-Fi the day you arrive, before you need any of it. Step 1. Install Gojek and Grab, and put your phone number into both. Yes, both. Gojek tends to be stronger in Yogyakarta, Bandung, and Bali. Grab tends to be stronger in Jakarta and across the border in Malaysia and Singapore. In some cities, one of them will quote a motorbike at 15,000 rupiahs, about $1, while the other quotes 30. Having both means you always have a fallback, and you use whichever one a given driver actually shows up for. Skip this, and you end up paying a street taxi 3 or 4 times the real fare. Step 2. To get full use of either app, you want a local SIM. An Indonesian Telkomsel or XL SIM at the airport runs around 150,000 rupiahs, about $10, for 15 or 20 gigabytes. That is the unlock. Without a working local number, payment inside the apps gets fiddly, and drivers can't call you when they can't find the PIN. And they will not be able to find the PIN. Step 3. Install maps.me and download the offline map for every region you are going to. Bali, Java, Lombok, whatever your route is. Do it on hotel Wi-Fi. Maps.me is the offline map locals point tourists at because it shows the small lanes, the gangs in Bali, the alleys behind Malioboro, the back routes through Tanah Abang, that Google often just renders as blank space. When your data dies, and it will die, this is the map that still works. Step 4. For anything you actually need to find later, your hotel, the restaurant tonight, the temple in the morning, do not just star it on Google. Open the place in Gojek or Grab as if you were booking a ride to it. If the driver's map shows the PIN in a sensible spot, save it there. If it shows the PIN on the wrong side of a river, that is the warning. Message the hotel and ask them to send you their Gojek PIN or their what 3 words or just a screenshot of their actual gate. Hotels in Indonesia are completely used to this question. Step 5. Learn the 4 words coming up in a minute. When the apps fail, and once or twice on a trip they will, those 4 words are what turn a confused stranger into someone who walks you to the door. That is the whole kit. 2 ride apps, 1 offline map, 1 local SIM, and 4 words. Set it up once on day 1, and you are done for the trip. She lands in Denpasar at 11 at night. Local SIM already in the phone. She did that at the airport counter. She opens Grab, books a ride to her guest house in a lane off Poppies 2 in Kuta. The driver calls her. Her Indonesian is nothing. His English is nothing, but she can see on the app he is 2 minutes away and circling. This is where most people panic and start typing into Google Translate. She doesn't. She opens maps.me instead, sees that her actual guest house is on a tiny gang Google rendered as a dead end, and walks 20 meters to the mouth of the lane where a car can actually stop. The driver sees her. Done. Next morning, she wants to find a warung a friend recommended. Google puts the pin on a parking lot. She opens it in Gojek instead, books a motorbike, 10,000 rupiahs, about 65 cents, and the driver's pin shows the warung one street over behind a wall. She trusts the driver's map over Google's. She eats lunch. That is the whole rhythm. Default to the driver's map. Fall back to the offline map. Use Google last, not first. Quick thing worth knowing before we move on. In Jakarta specifically, there is a bus system called TransJakarta. Dedicated lanes, air-conditioned, runs all over the city. And a single ride costs 3,500 rupiahs. That is about 23 cents. For long crosstown hops in Jakarta traffic, it is faster than a car and almost free. Neither Gojek nor Grab will route you onto it by default. You have to know it exists and choose it. 4 words. That is the whole list. Memorize them on the plane. Say, Selamat siang. It means, good afternoon, and it is the polite opener before you ask anyone for anything. Never skip the greeting. Walking up to a stranger and immediately asking a question lands badly here. Di mana. It means, where is? Say di mana, then the name of the place. Di mana Malioboro. That is a complete polite question. Angkot. The small public minivans that run set routes in most cities, usually under 10,000 rupiahs a ride. Knowing the word means you can ask a local, Angkot di mana, and get pointed at the stop. Terima kasih. Thank you. Say it every single time. One small etiquette note while you are at it. When you point at something or someone while asking directions, use your whole open hand, not your index finger. Pointing with one finger is rude here. Costs you nothing to get right. Here is the version you screenshot. Install Gojek and Grab, both. Get a local SIM on day 1. Download maps.me offline for your region. Save key pins inside the ride-hailing app. Greet first, then ask di mana. Point with an open hand, not a finger. That is the whole video on one screen. You now know how to land in any Indonesian city and find your hotel, your dinner, and your ride without that alley at night feeling, and without paying tourist prices to a taxi driver who saw you coming. Indonesia is a country that opens up fast to people who carry the right tools and a few polite words, and stays frustrating for people who don't. On that, those 4 words today are the smallest possible toolkit, and the screens, the drivers, and the strangers in this country all run on more of them. There is a video on the right of the screen now where I go through the best ways to actually learn some Bahasa Indonesia before a trip, including a lazy method most travelers have never heard of. Tap that card and it'll play.